Good evening. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Um, Hi, Dr. C. Glad to see you and that you have lights. Um, I don't plan to stay on the full hour because I just really feel that it's important just to recap on a little bit of being prepared because on the East Coast down here in the South, we'll say Georgia, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. A lot of people have been hit hard and drastically. Some things, hey, Debbie, hey, Duchess, some things have made me think about again, and I've seen a lot of people um, searching, scattering, trying to find just the essentials. And with the Faith Shares Real Wisdom family, we have been talking about this for a while, and I believe that certain people look for just a certain thing to happen. You need to understand it's been building up and different things are happening. This was a hurricane that swept. We had 1.3 million people out of power just in South Carolina, and there's still a lot of people out of power. There's some people in our ministry that's still out of power. So we're praying for so many people, and we're not complaining. My power was very brief when it went out. But there are certain things we just need everybody to be prepared. People were scattering, trying to get, hey, PB, hey, nephew, scattering, trying to get gas. We know on Faith Share Real Wisdom, um, I know that y'all remember, and I'm putting this as a reminder for anybody who watches the replay. Let a half a tank be your empty. Let a half a tank be your empty. A lot of people woke up today trying to get gas, and guess what they needed? Cash. They needed cash money. They could not use their card. At Faith Shares Real Wisdom, we talked about making sure that you have cash on hand. Making sure that you have cash on hand. And I'm not going to say that all of those gas stations had to use cash. But we also know the things they do and you can't trace cash. So anyway, you can up the price and do whatever you have to do. But cash is essential. There were people who found only one or two places where they could get some type of groceries or some type of food. Though that's not being prepared. I need you to understand. That's not being prepared. Even the weatherman said, the meteorologist, and they put out from the National Weather, they were saying when they first start talking about this hurricane, don't wait to prepare. Don't wait to prepare. It's not good to wait on any level. It's just not good to wait. What they were saying, even if it does not come, be prepared. It is better to have than not to have. So I saw where some people were scattering, trying to go find a store that was selling food, and they started finding out that they couldn't swipe their card. They had to use cash. You need to have cash on hand. Even if we're still swiping cards, you need to put cash somewhere, get a fireproof safe. We have said this. I am recapping because it's very, very, very important. If you do not have gas and you're parking your car and you have your car on E, like a lot of us will do, or ride it till it gets to a little under a quarter, saying, now I'll get some gas in the morning because I don't feel like it. Make a half a tank, you're empty. Just practice. If it's only half a tank, just say it's empty. Let me get some gas. There's a lot of other things going on, and I'm going to share a little bit of that. Have a safety plan. Have a safety plan. So many people, and we're praying for people all over who lost their homes, who lost everything. This is why we cannot complain, but they didn't lose their life. I had family members who were in a tornado and God spared their life. Cars crushed, parts of the roof in and all this stuff went on, but their lives were spared. And we thank God. I checked on some other people and they were okay. So you know what? People have lost their whole home, everything in the home. People lost vehicles. Some people lost their life during this one storm. Some people lost their life. And we got people complaining about my lights are not on. I'm mad my light's not on. I can't do what I want to do because my light's not on. Listen, if you have been using wisdom, if you have been listening to a lot of the tips I have been telling you, you have a flashlight, you have lanterns, you have candles. And let me help y'all. We are living. You didn't lose your life. Your kids will be all right. You will be all right. People lost their life and they lost everything. You know, I have a saying, I've been saying at our ministry, we're going to praise instead of complain. So instead of complaining, we will praise and we will think of all the good things and the great things that he has done, not taken away. We are still here. We are still here. Another thing is it's the gas. Make sure a half a tank is your empty. Another thing we said, have lights, have lanterns, have batteries, buy non-perishable food. The simplest things, because people say, I don't eat peanut butter. If you get hungry enough, you eat a lot of things unless you're allergic to it. You got peanut butter, you got tuna fish, you got chicken in the can, you got Spam. I talked about making Spam rice, all these things you can do to survive. Have these things. Water. Water is a necessity. Water is a necessity. And I know the last time I talked about water, I said 5 cases per person. 5 cases per person. And somebody said, oh, you don't need that much water. I got people who tell me that. My kids, my my son, they're funny, like Ma, because every water run, they have to lift the water, because I told her I'm not lifting those cases, but they have it. Yes, food, water, cash, and medicine. Stock up on these things. Stock up on these things. It is very important. It is nothing about being feared. When I have said this over and over, when you're prepared, you don't have to panic. When you are prepared, you do not have to panic. Sharing out, hey girl, and I'm so glad you do. We have plenty. I ain't ashamed to say, but I told my son, it looked like we got a pallet of water, but it's okay. We have that. One of the things that I want to say, we talked about the land, and we talked about the food. We talked about having a grill, another means to cook. We talked about I call it the camper stove. Have that. Hey, Samantha, the camper stove. We talked about the grill, having charcoal, having all of these. The little stove with the little propane thing. I didn't pull all that out because now I'm at this point of organizing to see where my stuff is to have. But this is something I wanted to drop and so that you can hear, because a lot of times we're thinking, my son was he might not be funny, but he asked the other day because it was something I bought in bulk. And he said, Mom, are we preparing for war? I said, if war came, we would be ready. And we laughed. I said, if it came, we ready. I said, we don't know what are we preparing for. So I know some of you might have heard or read, because most people are focusing on, I don't want to call it foolishness, it's sadness. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world, but y'all need to stay focused on the main thing. Make sure all of y'all are prepared and make sure you're ready to vote. I will be doing early voting. Some people, I just want to suggest early voting because I don't want to do all that line and everybody coming up with these new rules. So getting ready with that, and they have already said they want to. They're already acting crazy. People are acting crazy and stuff. So I'm going to vote, and I'm going to do early voting because I think it opens up. If I'm not mistaken, for us, October the 1st. I have to check because we have somebody that keeps us up on those things. But I know it's the beginning of October, so I am doing early voting. And if you don't want to be all up in the crowd, get it done. Doing that. But there has been some talk, and there are some articles. This is another good reason why you want to be prepared because we don't know what all is coming. I never knew what all was coming. All I did was obey God and begin to tell the people 3 years ago, prepare the dry beans, the rice, all of this good stuff. I'm not going to cover all that back tonight, but the dry beans, 3 years ago, our people knew, get it, start stacking, start grabbing this and that. So when time comes, you don't have to be in a store fighting over a bag of beans, a case of water. You have all of this. You're prepared. You don't have to panic. You don't have to rush. You don't have to say, oh, what am I going to do? You're prepared. You can relax and just be right there praying, praising, and all this other good stuff. But they're talking about, I know Florida, and I'm sure it's more on the shoremen are talking about striking. And if they don't meet, come to some type of negotiation to give them what they want, the strike will start on October the 1st. I need us to start reading. Get off all this foolishness and see what's going on. Need to know. And I didn't realize that. And I was like, God, you know all. When I'm saying prepared, I need y'all to understand. This is what I need y'all to understand. If they strike, y'all know how stuff come, right? It comes on the water. It goes right to those places, and they put them on. So it's going to either be train, the train workers, the conductors, or whatever we call them. They're talking about going on the strike. Y'all need to all know this. Oh wow, October 25th. Okay. For South Carolina, our early vote don't start till October 25th. Well, that means I'm voting on probably October 26th because they're gonna be crowded on the 25th. Thank you so much, Corinthia. So October the 25th in South Carolina starts our early voting to November the 2nd. I'm in that line. Early voting. So as I was saying that you talking about the conductors on the trains, they're talking about striking. So now you got the longshoremen talking about striking. Do y'all understand? Do you understand what that means? Do y'all know our stuff comes by water? And then it goes to be loaded onto the trains. And those truck drivers, now the truck drivers are talking about striking to get what they want. Do you understand that the things will not get to the store? And I was like, oh God, you are so awesome in all your ways. Thank you, Corinthia. Corinthia put in the chat about voting. Y'all, we want to cover everything. So we stay focused and don't get involved with all this stuff that's on in the media. So we don't focus on what is very important. Voting is one. You being prepared in your household is another. She put the link on where you can see where early voting starts in your state. So you can just grab that off the link and find out when early voting starts in your state. I thank you, educated voter. She's the one that's her baby, educated voter. So she keeps us abreast on everything. So look at that. If you listening to the replay, You don't know when, that same site that's in there, grab it, find out when the early voting starts in your state. It is important because I need y'all to understand how we are affected when if the longshoremen, we strike it. And do you know how quickly, and I think people don't know, let me help you. So quick, before you can really think about it, the warehouses will be empty. The stores will be short on a lot of things. Come on. This information is coming to help all of us. All of us. When I first started, I didn't know these different things were going to be taking place. Then we have all kind of other stuff going on that's happening. Be prepared. Even when we had this storm, being prepared was crucial. In every room, all my kids have their flashlights and lanterns. We have to have also a safety plan because my son said, so what do we do? What do we do if it comes in our house and my husband is like, hit the basement? Then we have to tell them where at in the basement we have to go because you definitely don't want to go by a door. So have that safety plan. Or if they come and say you have to evacuate, listen, your life is more important. When I tell you, I was so happy that she's my play adopted sister. She's in my family. She's Corinthian parents. God spared their life. And she told me, she said, hey, that's another thing. She said, I was so happy and scared at the same time because it happened so quick. She thought the roof was going to come all the way off the house. But hey, she said, insurance on the house, insurance on the cars. That's something else. We didn't cover this, but everybody need to have insurance. If you don't, you need to check, go. Everybody need to have insurance because some people ride dirty. Y'all, this ain't the time to ride dirty. Insurance is important. Insurance on your cars, insurance on your home. And even if you are renting, have renter's insurance so that things can be replaced. All of this is just wisdom. This is wisdom. I'm not even going to call it common sense because common sense ain't common. And a lot of people don't be like, okay, I'm just renting. If you have valuable things and you want them to be replaced, you need to have rent insurance. They have that. So I'm just sharing some wisdom with you. Faith sharing real wisdom because there's nothing like losing everything and you had no insurance. None. Insurance is very important. Insurance is important, y'all. Life insurance is very important. But let me throw that in there. None of us trying to go anywhere, but one day, life insurance is very important. Unless you have everything stashed or prepaid. Life insurance is very important. If we have children, life insurance is very important. It's so much happening in this world. Life insurance, car insurance, don't ride dirty. Renter's insurance, insurance on our homes, very important. Somebody might say, oh, no, I'm trying to tell you, it is very important. Yes, well, I'm paying this. It's insurance if something happens. If something happens, I saw another lady, she lost her vehicles, but she had insurance. She was like, hey, my life, I'm here. Your life. We pray for those families where lives were lost. In the last count that I heard was over 30 people. That's a lot of lives. That's a lot of lives. It doesn't matter how many states it went through. That's a lot of lives. So we want to make sure, have those non-perishable items. Get some beans. One of them beans you eat. Um, get the things to dress it up. You would think, but that's how I'm one of those people that buy different seasoning, different flavors. You would think I'm cooking at a restaurant, and I do that so that we don't have to go to a restaurant so much, but we get that same flavor, just changing up. But very, very important to have insurance all the way around: life insurance, car insurance, home insurance. And I need you to understand. I need you to understand. It is very important. If you are renting, get renter's insurance because you don't know what may happen. Samantha, yes, they are black beans and great northern beans. They are good, and black beans are good for you. Legumes are good for you, really good for you. Medicine, 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 medicine. I need y'all to understand medicine are in those on that cargo. Medicine, hear me, is on that cargo. There's a lot of stuff. Food, plenty of food. One of the local places that a multi-billion-dollar company, they're getting their food made in another country, and we buying all the canned goods. Which when I found out, I stopped. So I'm not calling that name. If we read it, we know which one that is. So a lot of our stuff, you got to really read. We thought we was reading for nutrition value. You got to read to see where it's coming from. That's where we at now. But when you're talking about, they're trying to get the truck drivers, but you're looking at longshoremen, you're looking at the conductor, the train, the ones who engineer and drive the train. It's going to affect us, not because one of the things is going to affect what we get from other countries. I want you to understand. Be prepared. Don't get prepared. It's time now to be prepared. As the meteorologist and them said, at first, Helena was all the way out there. They didn't think she was going to make it here. But as she started coming this way. And they have already told us that, hey, might be another one coming by next weekend, hoping that it doesn't. But they don't know if it turns. But if it turns, we got to be prepared. Prepared. I'm going to tell you. Because look, that's my expertise of having Duchess. Out of curiosity, what should a diabetic do? You can't stop on insulin. First of all, there is insulin that you can buy over the counter. They start letting you buy certain ones over the counter. Why? Because every so many years they go and try to get a new one. They have the ones you can buy over the counter. But before we would get to that point, I used to use over the counter insulin because it was, I want to say, I don't even know if I think I paid like $20, 20 something dollars. And that was me taking a pen. I can't remember the name, but I remember when it was really popular, and that was me taking a pen. They literally have insulin that you can't buy over the counter. But to try and prepare to get it down now, the best thing to do is cut out all the sugar, all the bread, all the rice, all the sugar, the bread, the rice. I have someone dear and close to me, their A1C. This is a testimony, Duchess. Their A1C was 14. Outrageous, too high. Their A1C was 14. The doctor gave them 30 days to change it, or they were going to put them on insulin. 30 days to change. And they could not eat no type of rice, no type of bread, nothing sweet, no sugar. The only fruit they could have was watermelon and mango. Watermelon and mango. And they started juicing. They was like, do not touch any other fruit. And you could throw some berries in there every once in a while, because berries never hurt us. And Duchess, no lie, they did it strict. They cut out all of that. All they ate was vegetables and that particular fruit. They could have some boiled white potatoes. Oh yeah, that's real high. They could have some boiled white potatoes. They would put it in the string beans, but they didn't eat it all the time. When they went back to the doctor in 30 days, they were down to a 9. From a 14 to a 9 in 30 days. Because they took it seriously, they wanted to live, and they had one pill that they were taking, but they changed it so that when they got there, the doctor said, this is a miracle. You did in 30 days what people don't do in 3 months. So we make up our mind. I am working on that now, Duchess, for me, cutting all those things out just to get where it need to be. But check, you can even ask the doctor if there is over-the-counter insulin, because I used to use it. When I wasn't going to the doctor, I was going and I was getting the pens. And you would be shocked. It did not cost much, but those are the same pens I used to pay so much money for. So they do have insulin over-the-counter. But your other meds, the things you stock up on, whether it's cold, Tylenol, all this kind of stuff, Oh yeah. You looking at me, you talking 30 years of being a diabetic because I didn't do right. Over 30 years. Let me see, my son is 37. 37 years. 37 years because I didn't do right. Water kind of held me down a lot because I kept drinking water and stuff like that. But I'm blessed, but I can't keep taking advantage. I have to do right now. I have to do right because I don't want it. The medicine is going to be a challenge for a lot of people. So that's why you have to stock up. That's why we have to eat right. We got to do those things to keep us going, literally, to keep our body healed. So let's do those things. Duchess, I am so glad you asked that. That's where I'm at now, doing vegetables, meat, not as much. But some, but not. I true meat eater all my life. I was the person that when I would cook on a Sunday, I'm cooking 2 or 3 meats. Always did. So, but I kind of go to the seafood and just have to kind of. I am trying to move back. Seafood is my favorite, but I'm cutting some of that out until I get to the place that I cut it out, because now you don't know what you're eating. You really don't. I would say chicken, but as y'all see, that chicken it looked real, but it shreds. It shreds, and everybody is coming to the thing. Food is not tasting like it used to. There's a reason. So it doesn't hurt for us to just do. If we want to live, we got to do what it takes to live. We got to do what it takes to live. Use the wisdom. Yeah, this tastes so good. Well, get something and season it. Like I promise you, you can take mushrooms. I learned that from my little short time of being on something from Dr. Sebi. You can make mushrooms taste like fish. You can make mushrooms taste like chicken. Literally. I did it in my whole house. I was getting mad at them because I was doing the mushrooms for me, especially from the oyster mushrooms, and they was eating it. They was loving it. It was saying they was like, "Oh, this thing is good and it's juicy." Yeah, but y'all still was eating the regular stuff. So there is much. Go ahead and Pretend that your salad is a steak. Yeah, I remember when my mother took us somewhere and one of the girls said, I don't see nothing on this menu that I like. My mother said, well, you better pray over it because we ain't going nowhere else. So she was like, Lord, make this taste like something I like. Trying to trick herself, but she ate because my mother was definitely not going nowhere. We was in LA. But I'm telling you, go ahead, instead of looking at foolishness, look at stuff that's going to better your health. Um, I love holistic stuff, so I've been doing research, and it is so much we can do um, to help our bodies, to get our bodies back to its natural state that it's supposed to be. We just have to get the discipline. That's something we all need to just pray for and then do it. We just need the discipline to do whatever we need to do. But make sure, share with people. It's not one of those, well, if someone would have listened to me 3 years ago, they would have been just stacked. Get stuff like I had to go out and get something as simple as shampoo and conditioner. I was like, out of all the things I have in my house that I stocked up on, I told someone I don't have the shampoo that I need for my daughter's hair. I said, or mine. Because as sure as I'm sitting here, there's going to be a shortage. So a lot of those things people don't think about, but deodorant, very, very key ingredient. I told someone if you got to go back to baking soda, get the big bag. Baking soda is used for so many things, so many things. So it's like sit down and think, because I need y'all to understand this for especially all of us that believe in God. He got us. That's why he's telling us to prepare. So, because nothing's going, so it won't take you unaware. You will be prepared ahead of time. Have your stuff. Hey, girl, my sister in love, Songbird. Good to see you. Have this stuff. The things that you know that you use. Have these things ahead of time. Toothpaste. I'm not going to talk about my toothpaste store, but I get the toothpaste because these things are needed. It does not matter. If you had to, just imagine if you had to stay in the house for, just say you had to stay in the house for a whole month and you couldn't go out. Let's just say it was martial law and you couldn't go out. Do you have everything that you need in the house? Because I don't care how much you be like, I want to get, no. Do you have everything you need? Because if they say you got to stay in, guess what? You have to stay in. So just use it as an example. Just use it as an example. And look, make your list. Because now we on the late side of everything. Literally, now that I'm gonna let you know. We're on the late side of everything. He has been speaking and telling us. Now you have people saying what somebody else said and all this other kind of stuff. But no, now it's happening, but we're on the late side. So those other things, right now, clothes is not important. You have clothes, wear that. But the things you need, whether it's medication, it's food, it's water, it's batteries, it's lights. A lot of people have electric stove, and some of us are blessed to have gas stoves. But with so much going on, even with this hurricane, one of the things they had to do was cut the gas off in certain areas and states. They had to cut the gas off, and they don't know when it's going to be back on. So you want to be prepared. But again, I'm saying let's pray for those families where people lost their lives. let's pray for them and be like, okay, my power's out, but everything is still intact. My power's out, and there was something I was telling my son. I said, see, we already went through some things. Y'all have to know, and you have to know this is the real world. We what I'm not doing is just going all over the place trying to find a reason to spend money. Some of these things you have to ride it out. If it's cold, uh, or if we have to adjust things, Costco's had, they still do. So that's Costco's everywhere. They have electric, oh, okay, I'll mention that. Thank you. Um, Costco's have electric blankets on sale for $22 and some change. And I saw the lady talk. I didn't go there for electric blanket, but she was saying, "Oh, they're really good. They're washable. It works well." And it was a Caucasian lady. She just pulled up her basket. She said, "Well, it could be Christmas presents or whatever." I have weighted blankets, so if we lose power and it's in the winter, I have weighted blankets and blankets galore. Those soft ones that get on your body and they heat your body up. So if you don't have electricity, those are the things. Have put it up. Gene Durgan just reminded me about how we say generators, those that can get generators. She lives in Arkansas and they lose power often. Generators are necessary. Having one, and see, you can't hook it up. You got to get that thing hooked up right, and you got to know what to do once it go off. Oh, he didn't get one? Now you tell him he need to go ahead and get that generator. Tell him to get that generator. Tell him he is blessed to go get that generator before there's a shortage on generators, because we had one ice storm and people were fighting over generators. So we blessed that we do have one. But generators, look at those things that you need, because some people say, well, they're high. But if you want to keep certain things on, because we have one, but it's going to keep our freezers, refrigerators going. I don't know what else my husband knows, but the thing will be not letting the food spoil. We have lights otherwise. So do that. And then, folks, if you know something is coming and you don't know whether you're gonna, you might lose power or the water may get polluted, do like they used to do back in the day. Run that tub full of water. Bleach that tub, clean it out so you have something to, you'll be able to wash. Keep all your hygienes up and all that good stuff. Put it into water bottles. Go to the dollar store and buy the big jug or get you some jugs. Clean them out good and put water in, because I need you to understand when these type of things happen, the water some water is already contaminated, but it becomes worse. So you have to boil, you have to do all this. So it is important. These are reasons why you want to be prepared. Literally, you want to be prepared. Again, being prepared means you do not have to panic. And there are some people, which I know is sad, but they don't believe it till it comes. Then everybody want to scatter and everybody want to run. And everybody be like, oh, wow, I just thought she was sitting there saying stuff. Believe me, I got more things to do than to just sit here saying stuff. Literally, I have more things to do than to just sit here. But I want to make sure that the word gets out, that people understand. Get what you can. Because I'm going to say again, we're on the other side of it now. We're on the other side. Go ahead and experience some. I don't eat beans. Beans are good. Most of them, like I never used to eat black beans because they were black and the water was black. It looked real dirty. I was like, ain't nobody gonna eat that. I don't rinse it and rinse it. Oh, Lord, Samantha, I would rinse it and rinse it and rinse it. But then I cooked it And I asked her, oh my goodness, these black beans are good. So now people are finding, especially if you like Mexican food and all this kind of stuff, they put black beans. And you even Jamaican food. I love Jamaican food. Black beans. Black beans are very healthy for your body. So, like I said, and legumes are very, very good. Lentil, lentil, Duchess. Lentil is good for our diabetic. Pull back even on none of the rice, no rice, not the sugar, not the bread. Pull back on all of that. Add lentils. Lentils is good. Lentils are very, very, very good for diabetics. Okra, good for diabetics. Brussels sprout, good for diabetics. I tell you, string beans are a natural insulin. All these things are good for diabetics. We just the stuff we like to eat, pull back, and it start going down. And one of the biggest things that's good for diabetics that Coach Faith just got to go around there in that exercise room and do exercise is also for diabetics. It moves your numbers if you exercise. It is amazing. See, this is what I can tell you. We can know, but if we don't apply it and we don't do it, we'll never get the benefits. We have to apply what we learn and what we know. So now, this is why I tell people, oh, I'm getting rid of it. I know everything to do to get rid of diabetes. So it's just that time. I'm getting older. I do not want diabetes is one of the most cruelest diseases out there. It will shut down everything. It messes with your eyes. It messes with your hearing. It even messes with your smell. It messes with the liver, the kidney. It messes with your digestive system. And folks don't know that. No, it will shut your body down slowly. It closes up your arteries. This is how the amputation comes along. So there are things we have to know. Did y'all know? I don't know if this is going to be a health thing, but thank you, Duchess. Cayenne pepper helps open up your arteries and your blood vessels. All of this is good for us. If you have to put it in something, if you have to make a smoothie or whatever you have to do to get it in, and don't do it one day. Don't be like, no, get over the taste, but you can make things taste good. You can, believe me, you can do these things, but that helps open up. There are so many things that's natural that we can do. Oh, Sandrika said, I cook. I love spice anyway. So I could put that cayenne pepper, as my husband says, sometimes I get too happy and he can't eat it, but I can do it. Because now that I know the benefits, I was doing it and didn't know the benefits. There are many benefits to it. So there are a list of things, but y'all know I am not nobody's holistic or any type of doctor. This is me just sharing information about me knowing what's good for me. After 37 years, I should know something. But now, after 37 years, people are leaving here so quickly. I have to do what it takes to reverse everything. And I know. And my doctor had to agree with me. She said, you seem to know it all those things. And one thing she knows, I don't like medication because it causes another problem. So, as I say, exercise is one of the best things, not just for people that are diabetics. Exercise is good for all of you to keep all of us to get our heart to moving and our heart to pumping and all of those great things. It's good for us. Let's do those things that we need to do to stay alive. We know something else is coming. Y'all heard it while we was during COVID, and COVID is still here. It didn't go anywhere. We knew all of this. We have to build up our immune system. We have to build up our immune system. We have to build up our immune system. We have to. It is a must. It is very important for all of us to build up our immune system. Yes, Samantha, knowledge without application is worthless. It is worthless. It is worthless. You know, you didn't do it. You have to apply. Knowledge not applied is things not coming manifesting. It won't manifest if you don't apply it. As we would say, the word is the word. If you apply it, you good. So I have one 60-year-old, I'll say for the last week and a half or 2 weeks, I'm like, boy, where you been? Mom downstairs working out. Now my office is downstairs. I'm downstairs because I'm on one side of the gym and they have another side. All of us must get it done. It is, and some people, I hear this, and I'm understanding. Some people just don't want to change. They be like, I done did this all my life now. You still can change. Long as you here, you got a chance. I always told people, I have to get rid of it because I have too many shoes and I need my feet, I need my legs. I don't need nothing cut off of me. I want everything I came here with. So guess who it's up to? It is not up to God because he has already said I was healed. It is up to me for my health. It is up to you. You're already healed, but it is I am responsible for my health. You are responsible for your health. Yeah, sound good when you just get up with a bunch of people who just want to do it. You are responsible for your health. You have to have the discipline. You have to know when to say, I can't do this. You have to know that moderation might mean once a month. You could get something you wanted or no more than twice a month. You need to know this. Not be like, yeah, girl. You need to know whatever it takes for you to live a good and a healthy life. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, it's very, very important. And love you enough. This is what I need you to understand. I need you to love you enough to say, you know what? Because we ain't gonna get to that tonight. Because for a long time, women used to want to get a body this so you can get the attention of a man. Forget all of that. Love you enough to live. I'm doing this so that I can enjoy my life. I don't need all these eyes for somebody to tell me I look good. Tell yourself, I'm doing this to live. It is health ain't about the looks, honey. It is not about the looks. This is about your life. Literally about your life. So I want everyone, make sure you're prepared. Make sure you share with your love. You cannot make people, but I promise you, you will see people literally fighting in the stores to grab the same things we have been saying to get and put up. Literally fighting in the stores. Because why? They just still want to just go ahead, waste, save. We have been saying, save your money. Have some cash. Make sure a half a tank is empty for you. A half a tank is your empty mark. So this way, because I saw some people where they would have to drive. If they was on E, they wasn't going nowhere because they couldn't make it. Where they had to go because so many things were shut down, so many gas stations were shut down, so many stores were shut down. I'm saying it because I love people for real, and I don't want to see people struggling out there. People have kids, the elderly. I believe in checking on the elderly. Make sure they're good. Because a lot of them, as we say often at our ministry, there are elderly people who can barely make it because they're getting their medication and they don't have much to get to buy food. You're there, you're blessed. Hey, it's nothing but doing a good thing to see these people, they struggling. They might have 5 or 6 items on the counter at the grocery store, making it stretch. Because they had to buy the medicine. They don't have the money. Be a blessing. Pay for the stuff. It ain't even that much, but it's a whole lot to them. It's not going to kill me to add $25 onto mine. Because mine, I wish it was. And let them go. We are still blessed. So most people are just complaining. Come on, be a blessing to somebody. Look out for the elderly. Make sure they have what's necessary. Because a lot of them, remember, they old school, so they ain't asking. They gonna make that can of beans go. As one lady told me, this right here, ma'am, is going to last me. I'm gonna get 4 meals out of this. And I'm looking at her like, 4? She said, yeah, I'm just going to cut it into sections because she eats to live. And we can eat. I tell my kids, y'all go in, out, the freezer, cooking, air fry, and all this kind of stuff, the stuff you want. I said, if we got into a place where the stores are not producing and you can't go out and get it, guess what? You're going to have to learn this. You're going to eat to live, not eat just because you can eat. BBL don't need it. We are already beautiful, bold, and lovely. And that we are. Thank you, Duchess. Y'all take that. We are already beautiful, bold, and lovely. That's our BBL. Beautiful, bold, and lovely. So I just wanted to recap. Because I was really concerned, especially the age range I saw where people are not thinking. And if they're thinking, they're not thinking the right thing. Prepare, and they're reading or not reading nothing, know what's going on. It's not hidden. It's out there, letting you know these people are talking about striking. And guess what? When you say, oh, I didn't know. Ignorance is not an excuse. That's what they told me. It is not an excuse because there's too much information that we can know. So let's make sure that we're keeping up with the right thing, making sure that we stay prepared so we do not panic. We stay we're relaxed. Go through your list, go through your inventory. Make sure that you have the necessities. Hey, some of us got more than necessities. Well, we bless the Lord, but make sure you have the necessities. Make sure you have that 5 cases to a person. And I was sharing again with someone. It seems like a lot until you can't buy it. Somebody says, you don't need 5 cases. Okay, it seems like a lot until it's not available. When it's not available, those 5 cases will seem like maybe 2, because you have to ration it out, as they used to say. So make sure and share it even with some of the hard-headed family members, the younger crew. Let them know. Can't make them, but I'm telling you, get your stuff together. You're doing everything but that. You can't get mad at people when you can't say, I didn't know. You knew, but you just chose to blow your money in other areas. Save your money. Be wise. Be wise. Use a lot of wisdom and prepare, keep up. And again, let's pray for those families who lost their loved ones during this storm. And the storm on the hurricane may, the eye and all the big part may be over, but they're still having issues because the rain is not stopping in certain areas. The rain is still coming causing some other effects. So again, I know this is not church, but praise instead of complaining. Look at how blessed you are and stop walking around here complaining about every little thing, just finding something to complain about. And when them complainers come your way, don't join them. Don't join them because you don't even have that time because you're making plans for great things. I don't know what up. That's my husband, y'all. They got that long thing in there. Oh, he was putting up the portable generators and stuff like that. I don't know which store, but hey, grab it and look at it. But Gene, tell him he my friend once I met him, to go ahead and get that generator. Tell him stop playing with us. Go ahead and get that generator. He gonna want that generator. Be like, oh, it's gonna come back on. Y'all just be patient. Might be way longer. So get that generator for y'all. For you. Tell him you deserve it. Get it for you. I love you all. Please have a good weekend. Stay safe. Check your list. Look, because we are definitely about to exit September. We are about to exit September. We are going into October. And I don't know about y'all, the minute we get to about the 3rd or the 4th of the month just go through like it ain't asking us how long we want it to stay. It's just gone. It is literally just gone. The months are going by so fast. Let's say it's going to be election day first soon, and then it's going to be Christmas. But before all of that, whatever, we are safe. And I'm going to say this because it's me. We are safe as long as you are in the will of God. Stay there. Stay there. Love you too, Samantha, all of you. Thank you for coming and sharing. And we're praying for all of those. I know a good bit. We're praying for all of those who are still out of power. And we're praying for those families. Let's keep them in prayer and keep yourselves, keep your mind right. Make sure you are meditating on the right thing, you're focused on the right thing, because great and mighty things are about to manifest for us. This is why we're prepared. It's just life-changing things are happening now. Life-changing things are happening now, not just for me, but for all of you. So make sure you stay focused, you be ready, and you enjoy every good thing that's coming your way. I love you all. Those that listen to the replay, you can like, share with someone. Even if they're kind of stubborn, share it with them. You need to get these things and be prepared. Have a great night. Faith Shares Real Wisdom family. I love you. And hopefully I'll see you next Friday. Good night.